Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and Avery Superstore.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Cooksey, I'm not going to do it to you. You were kind of looking at me right there with like a deer in the headlights. You know, I was going to give you a chance.
I'm scared.
You're scared.
I'm scared.
Come on, man. Guy grew up as you did and all that stuff. But let's talk ducks.
All right.
I know it's September the 28th. It's opening day of archery season. And as I told everybody, I was up at Chickasaw State Park earlier in the week, and it was crunch time, as I said, because everybody that walked, you could hear the crunch.
Hey, we're brushing blinds right now, working on blinds.
I'm working on deer stands, and I'm telling you, it's just not I'm not going to be out there today in archery, but I will be hopefully the end of October.
I'll be in the bottoms brushing a duck blind tomorrow.
Well, I was going today, but it's still too dry, though. But let's talk ducks. And this guy, I think he likes to talk ducks. I mean, he should. I would think he would. Mm-hmm. But there's a big event coming up on next Thursday, October the 3rd. It's at DU National Headquarters, and, of course, it's the Germantown Chapter Sportsman's Dinner and Auction. And as we said off the air, if anybody knows how to throw a party, it's DU. And so we got Jimbo Robinson. He is Ducks Unlimited Senior Regional Director for West Tennessee. Good morning, Jimbo.
Absolutely. Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing great. Let's talk about this event and other events. You guys, I don't know how many such events we have in Tennessee of this type. I know you go to a lot in West Tennessee. But talk about the preparation when you come up with an event like this Germantown chapter.
Preparation is probably one of the key things to all we do at Ducks Unlimited, especially with our event system.
Yes.
Our volunteers start 12 weeks out, and it starts with a social gathering, and they get together and talk about, first off, every conversation begins with, what do you think duck season's going to be like? But this year there hadn't been as much of that. 95, 96 degrees in late September
is amazing.
It's kind of a different thing, but they put, most chapters put 10 to 12 weeks into preparing for an event like this one. And the Germantown guys are no short of 12 weeks from the day they probably start their emails to their first meeting till this coming Thursday.
And Jimbo, how many chapters do you know off the top of your head there are in your region?
In my region, we have 31 chapters.
Wow.
We have 58 events.
31 chapters, 58 events. And is this the time of the year, or is there a set time of the year that these events happen?
I think, back before I started, I think DU events mainly fell in the fall.
Yes, they did.
But
yes.
I think as time and commitments from attendees and volunteers have changed, it's changed a lot, especially with our high school chapters. Our high school chapters are incredible, especially in West Tennessee. Christian Brothers High School and MUS High School is number 1 and 2 chapter in the nation. And MUS has been the number 1 high school chapter in the nation for the last 3 years.
Wow.
And they have their events in the spring, and I love February events. I mean, we all know that February is a dead month to a hunter.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of events in February now, but the fall is still the traditional dinner events that have made DU what we are today by our volunteers. Still, a lot of our traditional dinner events still fall in the fall. And we have the Germantown one this Thursday. Our Arlington, Lakeland chapter, they have their event October 24th.
Yeah.
And then our Memphis event, our big Memphis dinner at the Hilton, is on November 14th. So, and a lot of and you can go through, and you guys have seen, the tradition we have with duck hunting in West Tennessee. The main areas of West Tennessee dinner events are still in the fall. Jackson has theirs in November. Dyersburg has theirs the first week of December. Martin, Union City has theirs the third week of November. Chester County, Henderson, Bolivar, Tennessee, that area has theirs. I mean, all of our traditionally rich duck hunting areas still have their events in the fall.
Do you?
Jimbo, now I have to say there's a good reason for that, too. Aside from the fact we're all excited about duck season and willing to spend a little money, maybe bid on that new gun, that sort of thing, but also by February, we duck hunters are broke, man. So,
physically and
we're kind of at the high point of the year when you get into October.
Mentally,
This is our best budget point.
And that's true, isn't it, Jimbo?
It is. It is. Most guys are, broke. I try to say that I love great duck seasons, but last duck season wasn't the best we had.
Oh, really?
And I think
I didn't realize that.
People had a little extra money in their pocket.
Yeah.
But I think people in February. I made an analogy last night at a meeting that in February, especially second week of February, I don't know, I can't speak for you guys, but by the second or third week of February, I'm looking for anything to do with my kids because I have done every daddy do list, honey-do list I can do. Getting out of the house is kind of like bears hibernating. When they get out, they're ready to find something to do. And in February, especially some of the winters we've had recently, people are looking for something to do, and that good time gets them back out in February and March.
Yeah.
But as you well know, I mean, there's so many spring sports and scholastic shooting and team shooting, as Bill he knows everything about. It's a big deal for our high school kids now, and so that February, March time is about what we get for spring events and a little into April.
Yeah. And again, we're talking to Jimbo Fisher. You're Jimbo Fisher, yeah. I'm
you just got a raise, brother.
I'd like to have his bank account, maybe not his job.
We're talking to Jimbo Fisher's cousin, Jimbo Robinson, DU regional director for West Tennessee, and I know February for me is wild game dinner, so I go to all of those things in February. But
absolutely,
we've talked about with so many of these things, and we're kind of focusing right now. I live in Germantown, and I know this is a big event for them. I'm looking at Brian Murphy is the contact person for our event out there, and the tickets a single $50, couple $75, the Green Wings $20, bronze sponsor $250, bronze sponsor couple $275. They got table prices, and one thing that I always look, and it's always there: bring the entire family for a fun-filled evening. And I think DU knows how to do that. I mean, you really put an emphasis on that family, haven't you, Jimbo? Especially in the last few years.
Yes. I think we all know that the youth is the next generation. I hear Bill talk about it all the time on different podcasts and radios he does, but we have to bring up the next generation in this. And this chapter started something new that a lot of chapters caught on to, and that is giving away firearms to kids, giving away firearms to kids' parents that are youth guns, compact shotguns.
Yes.
We all probably know the kid that got his first gun at a DU event and still shoots it or shot it until he got old enough. And I think getting the kids off of iPads and technology and getting them in the outdoors, and I don't care what it is something we all as outdoorsmen have to continue to do. And so family fun-filled events that's what we want now.
Amen.
And it's on a Thursday at 6:00, so you can get them back to school and without any problem doing that. So again, it's it. And one of the highlights that I think it showcases again DU headquarters, which
absolutely.
I mean, folks, I just can't believe how many people I run into and don't know what that flag means and have never been driven. Just take 2 blocks off of Walnut Grove and go in there and just step inside. If you don't feel like you're stepping next to Nash Buckingham. And,
just the entryway. Entryway. Every time I'm there, I'll spend 30 minutes just looking around, and I've been there 1,000 times.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times, and of course I've read every Nash Buckingham book. He was quite a writer. But well, Jimbo, we appreciate you taking time, the busy schedule. Again,
and
folks.
Absolutely.
Again, folks.
If I can say one more thing,
you're always.
If you don't mind, Larry, do you have a second?
Yeah, go ahead, Jimbo Fisher.
I'm leaving. Talk about family friendly. I'm leaving right now.
Yes, today.
Headed up to Dyersburg. Today we have a West Tennessee Green Wing event.
Okay.
In Dyersburg at Fern Lake. and we're expecting about 120 to 150
Nice
kids.
place.
The event
Yes.
is completely underwritten.
So that's great.
Headed there this afternoon.
All right, buddy. Well, be
Terrific.
safe travels, and we'll talk to you down the road, okay?
Absolutely. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Jimbo Robinson.
You know, what's really amazing, I started working with DU as a volunteer and then an area chairman back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
The prices now are virtually no different. I mean, we were paying $50 to get in a dinner in 1986.
Well, I'm looking at this thing. I printed out this thing, and it's from 4 years ago. I thought it was this year's banquet.
Right.
And the prices are the same.
Yeah.
I'm
You
looking
know,
at
They
it.
were the
that's
same in
really
1986.
Yeah.
So, you go have a great dinner and a great
For
time.
$50 and have a chance
And
to
you get your membership and the whole deal. It's a great
auctions and
deal.
all these different kind of things going on. And, and like I said, I've been a member of DU since 1988. I think I joined in 88 when I became outdoor editor of the Commercial Appeal. And like Mitch Dean just said, I don't come from a family that hunted. My uncle did. He got me my first gun. Well, really, my dad got me my first gun. He took it away from me because it went off in the house. But that's a whole nother story,
I went to my first DU deal in 1971.
Did you
it was
really?
a rally. It wasn't a
You were
dinner.
a pup.
I was. My father was the whatever they called him, wasn't area
Yeah.
chairman then, but he eventually was a national trustee and then trustee emeritus with DU. So I've been around him. Just like Mike Butler, I've been around him my whole life.
One of these days, we're going to let Bill talk a little bit about his background growing up. It's pretty fascinating, and who your dad was. Pretty important guy.
Well,
you know that.
he was a good dude.
He touched a lot of lives.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. We may do a Father's Day show.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we may do that.
Get some people in, and
we'd probably do it on Father's Day.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot better. All right. Shelby is up there whistling around with signals to us. So let's take a break, then come back and close it out. And then Ron, I'm excited about this. Okay.
Right.
yeah.
I bet this guy won a boat, didn't he? Did he win a boat?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Who doesn't win a boat when you win one of these American Crappie Trail tournaments?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back on the Outdoors with Larry Ray, and Ron Wong will be the next segment. I'm giving him notice, okay? Bill, we'll let Bill close us out maybe. All right. We'll be right back.